Hi everybody, John from Wire here, and in this video we're going to learn how to integrate Klaviyo with Shopify. Klaviyo is an automated marketing service, and they also have SMS marketing included, which allows you to really easily send email campaigns to your Shopify customers, or any customer for that matter. So in order to get started, we assume that you already have a Shopify account. If you don't have a Shopify account, I'll include a link to sign up within the description in this video. In order to get started with Klaviyo, you first need to sign in to your Shopify account and go to the Admin Center. When you're in your Admin Center, on the left-hand side, click on Apps. Once you're in Apps, click on Customize Your Store. From here, we're going to type in Klaviyo. We'll notice that Klaviyo is one of the first results, email marketing and SMS, so we're going to click on this button. And then we'll click on Add App. Now it's going to ask you if you want to install Klaviyo into your Shopify store. So what it's going to do is it's going to import all of your Shopify account data, products, orders, and your customer details. We're going to click on Install App. And then we're going to create a Klaviyo account to connect to Shopify. I already have a Klaviyo account, but you are going to go and create one yourself. So you can enter your email and then create a password and then continue with the integration. If you already have an account, you can click on the login button right here. And that's what I'm going to do because I've already created one for the purpose of this video. Once you've created and signed into your Klaviyo account, you'll land on this page right here. So you can see that my store URL has automatically been populated, and it's automatically enabled this setting, which will include a code on your Shopify store to make sure that customers are added into your different flows and email campaigns. I'm going to modify this one right here where it says collect email subscribers. And I want to make sure that anyone who opts in via Shopify is added to a list. You'll notice that there isn't any list available for me to choose. So what I can do is before I collect email subscribers, on the left-hand side, I can click on Lists and Segments. I'm going to continue without saving, and this will take me to my full list of Klaviyo lists and segments. Segments are really unique. These are some pre-made segments that Klaviyo has created for me. For example, I can see potential purchasers, repeat buyers, and VIP customers. If I view the definition under each one of these different segments, it will tell me the logic in which customers will automatically be placed into each segment. So for example, if a customer has placed an order more than 5 times and they have not suppressed email marketing, they're going to be added automatically into this VIP customers segment. So let's say that I want to create my own list for all users that sign up on my Shopify store to receive email marketing emails. I can click on the Create List or Segment button, then I can click on List. So from here, I'm going to name this list Customers. And I can create different tags if I want to make it very specific to what type of list it is. I'm going to skip that for now. Click on Create List. And now you have 3 different options to add different types of customers or subscribers to this list. You can create a sign-up form, add a subscribe page, or upload contacts automatically. There's also the Quick Add feature. If you click on Quick Add, it's going to ask you to enter the email, first and last name, and some other details of this subscriber. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to add an example email and some details about the user right here. And we'll always come back to this page if we want to add folks in the future. I'm going to go and add someone right now. All right, so I've added my subscriber details, and now I'm going to click on Add Subscriber. So now my subscriber has been added to my customers list, and I can see that there's only one customer within this list by the One Members section. Again, if you want to add more customers or subscribers to a list, you can click on the Quick Add button, or you can click on Manage List, and then click on Import Contacts. That'll take you back to the option where you can drag and drop your CSV file or upload all of your contacts right here. So now that I have my list, I can go into campaigns, and this is where I can start to create my different email campaigns to target my different customers. I'm going to click on Create Campaign to get started. I'm going to use an email campaign, and now I'm going to name my email campaign. So I'm just going to call it Holiday 2021. And for a tag, I'm going to create a new tag or use an existing tag. So I already have an existing tag here, but let's say that I also wanted to make sure that I'm adding a tag that says 2021. So I can create a new tag by typing in what I want my tag to be right here. So now I have my two tags, I have my name, and now I can get to select which recipients I want to send this email campaign to. So I can choose a list or a segment, and right now, since I only have one customer within my customers list, I'm going to select customers as my recipient. Again, as more people and customers go through your Shopify store and they automatically get added to each one of these segments, you'll see that there's more customers being added all the time to these various recipient lists. I'm going to make sure that all of these settings are correct, and then I'm going to click on Continue to Content. So the first part of this campaign is going to be the subject line. So I can say Holiday Deals for 2021. The preview text is going to show underneath the title, so I'm going to add something that says, get your discount code for 15% off anything in the store. My sender name is going to be visible to anyone that receives the email, as well as my sender email address. You want to make sure that the email address that you use here is accessible, and you want to make sure that anyone that replies back to this email address is going to get a response. So make sure that this is correct and that you have access to this email. Next, you have the ability to choose how you want to design your email. I'm going to choose the drag and drop option, but for more advanced users, there's the text only or HTML options as well. Click on drag and drop, and it'll take you into the template library. So there's various themes and templates that you can choose for each one of your email campaigns. You can preview each one by clicking on the magnifying glass in the upper right-hand corner, and you can see how the email will look. Now, since I have a holiday themed email, I'm going to use the filter options on the right-hand side to select seasonal. There's a few options here to choose from. I'm going to preview one right here. Looks like this one is pretty good. So I'm going to select this template to use. In order to select it, I'm just going to click on the template itself. This is going to populate a brand new email template with an editor on the left-hand side. So you'll notice there's a few things that I can modify within this email. I can modify the top, all the different photos, the text. Everything is editable except for the Klaviyo logo at the bottom. If you want to remove the Klaviyo logo at the bottom of your emails, you have to upgrade your Klaviyo account. This email template looks pretty good to me, but just to show you some of the features that are available here, I can click on each one of the different blocks to modify them even more. Right now, I have 3 links at the top of my email that directs customers to the men's section, women's section, and kids section. Let's say that I wanted to modify this to only show 2 links at the top. So on the left-hand side, I can change this from men's, women's, and kids to say something more like home or shop. You can also remove different links from the top as well. So clicking on the X button here, remove the 3rd link that used to exist to say kids. The logo is also here, but it's not my actual website logo. So if I click on Replace Image, I can upload an image that I uploaded earlier during the Klaviyo setup process. Just click on Select. Now, of course, this image is very large, so what you can do is edit the image to modify it and make it really, really customized for the email template that you're sending. So for this example, I'm going to crop my image and just make it a little bit smaller so it fits the format of this email template. There's a lot of different options that you can choose here. You can also update a new image if you wanted that is perfectly set to the email template that you're using. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to click on Apply, and then I'm going to save this image for later. So now this updated image is a little bit better. It fits a little bit nicer within this header. I'm going to go through and make sure that both of my links at the top have URLs, which right now they don't. So I'm going to enter my website URL, and then the URL to my shop. Finally, I'll click on Save. So now that I've saved my top section, I can go through and individually click on each one of the blocks throughout this email to modify any of the text, saving each block along the way. Let's say that I wanted to add something different. You can drag and drop different blocks from the left-hand side into your email template. For example, if I wanted to add social links, I can drag my social links and include it all the way at the bottom. Then I can select what type of social link I want to include. Just make sure that there is a link. And then it's going to show me a nice little social link at the bottom of this email. Make sure that you click on Save. And at any point in time, you can add more social links by clicking on that block that you just added and clicking on the Add button. You can do this for as many as you want. And remember, make sure you're including a link URL with every single one of these social links. When you're done, just click on Save. So now I've modified my email template to my liking. I think that this looks really good. I've included my 15% off right here. I can also add a discount code directly within the email itself if I've enabled that setting. But for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to continue. So I'm going to click on Save Content. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, I have the ability to preview my email. And also in the drop-down, I have the ability to preview the email, clicking on the drop-down arrow. I'm going to preview the email before I send it out. So this is what it's going to look like as it arrives in someone's inbox. I'm making sure that all of these links are correct and that they work. And I'm also making sure that all of the buttons that work in the email and my social links point to the right place. This looks pretty basic, but for the purposes of the tutorial, it looks pretty good for now. So I'm going to go back into Klaviyo and then make sure that all of my settings are correct. There's more advanced options that you can choose. For example, if you wanted to do an A and B test, if you wanted to modify the subject in a different set of emails, you could do so really easily from here. But we're going to make it really simple and just send out a simple email campaign to a single recipient. So I'm going to click on Continue to Review. Now I'm checking to make sure that all of these different settings are correct before I send out my email. There's one total recipient that the email is going to be sent to. The subject line looks correct. My email address that folks can reply to is also correct and I'm able to access it. And my content, unsubscribe links, and tracking is all set up and ready to go. So I can click on Schedule or Send. There's two options here. I can schedule the email campaign to go out at a certain time, or I can send out the email now immediately. I'm going to click on Send Now. So now the campaign is waiting to go. It will tell you exactly when the email will be sent out, including the time zone. For the moment, I can return to my campaigns. So now that my email has been sent, the open rate and the click rate is going to update as different recipients open my email. I can see more advanced settings and analytics by clicking on the email campaign title itself. You'll notice that I have a really nice overview page. I have recipient activity. This is what different people are doing within the email. And I have a watch live view. This is a really cool feature because as different users open your email and interact with the content, you can see where they're located and you're able to see what type of activities they're taking within the email itself, including activities that is being taken place on your Shopify store. All of these metrics are tracked using Klaviyo, so you don't have to include any custom text or code within your website itself. All of the different links within your email are going to be tracked within here as well, and you'll also be able to see if there's any conversions made on your Shopify store. Again, because this is a demonstration, I'm not going to go through and actually purchase a product within this email, but you can see different conversions as they happen in real time on the Watch Live button as well. So we've gone through and created a campaign, but I want to show you another feature of Klaviyo called Klaviyo Flows. On the left-hand side, there's the Flows button. Flows allow you to automatically send email campaigns to different users based on their interactions with your site. So for example, if you wanted to send an email campaign or a set of emails to users that add products to a cart but don't check out, you can send an automated cart flow to those users. You can also create your own flow by clicking on the Create Flow button in the upper right-hand corner. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to create an abandoned cart flow in Klaviyo. So to do this, I'm going to click on Get Started under the Abandoned Cart section. Within this flow, you'll see all of the different actions that occur when someone is automatically added to this flow. So the first thing we want to check is Checkout Started, Flow Filters. And it looks like this is automatically going to trigger when someone has a checkout that has been initiated on Shopify. And then it's going to wait 4 hours for the email to be sent. After 4 hours, the first email, it looks like you left something behind, will be sent to this flow. You can preview what this email will look like by clicking on the Preview button. If you want to modify any of the content within this template, just go back into your flow and click on Edit. This takes you to that campaign editor that we saw earlier. You can see the sender name, the subject, and the preview text for this email that will automatically be sent. You can also click on the Edit Content to go back into the email editor content that we saw earlier. You'll notice that there is a new section here that we didn't see earlier, including product details. This is a very custom block which will automatically update with any of the products that customers add to their cart. So you don't need to modify this section. Feel free to modify any of the other sections of this email though. Once you're done, click on Save and Return. We're back into the flow now, and we're okay with this first email that's being sent out. We've made all of the edits that we needed to do. So we're going to change this from a draft to live. Next, we're going to wait 20 hours, and if the customer still hasn't checked out, we're going to send another email. So let's go and view this email. So this is the final email that's going to be sent within this flow, and it just reminds the customer that they have a product in their cart and to return to their cart. If this looks good, we're going to click on Done, but of course, if you want to modify anything within this email itself, you can click on the Edit Content button right here. I feel pretty good about this email content, so I'm going to click on Done, and I'm going to change this from draft to live. Let's say that you wanted to wait a little bit more time before this first email is sent out. What you can do is you can click on the Wait 4 hours button, and you can change the delay from 4 hours to something like 1 day. There's a few more specific options that you can choose. You can delay it until a specific time of the day or until a specific day of the week. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to leave it at 1 day and click on Save. You can modify any of the different settings within this flow, including what type of email to send out, how long to wait, and the trigger and flow filters by clicking on each one of the different flow items here. If we're comfortable with this, we can click on Done, and then Save and Exit. So now we have our abandoned cart flow right here, and you can see that after someone checkouts, if they have not placed an order within a day, it's going to start that flow, and we'll be able to edit this flow at any point in time. You can also see analytics of what customers have gone through this flow. So as different customers go through the flow, you'll be able to see in real time the open rate for each one of the emails that are sent out, how many orders are placed, and how many emails are sent. At any point in time, you can view your analytics to see how well your different types of email campaigns and your different types of flows are working in order to make sure that all of your customers are getting the most of their email marketing. Each one of the different settings and metrics right on the left-hand side here is a way for you to see exactly in deep detail how many users are active on your site, how many users are checking out on your site and leaving their carts, and how effective your email marketing campaigns are. There are a ton of different integrations that are available for Klaviyo. It's not just Shopify. So if you have multiple stores, or if you have the ability to collect emails from different versions or different variations of your store, you can always add the integration through this section here. At any point in time, you can remove your Klaviyo integration by going back into your Shopify admin, refreshing the page where it lists all of your apps, and clicking on the Delete button next to Klaviyo Email Marketing. If you want to get back into your Klaviyo Email Marketing section or your settings page, you just need to go back into Apps in your Shopify store, and then click on Klaviyo. This will take you to the homepage of Klaviyo. It may ask you to log in. To wrap up this video, we're going to go back to where we started, and we're going to make sure that we have the Collect Subscribers button turned on to collect all email subscribers who opt in via Shopify. So in order to do this, we just need to go back to this page. We're going to check next to Collect Email Subscribers. We're going to add all subscribers to our customers list. To save everything off, we're just going to update settings. And finally, it's going to ask you if you want to confirm updating this integration. We want to make sure that we click on Update Integration. And there you have it, Klaviyo integration with Shopify. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to leave a comment on the video description below. I always make sure to read each one of the comments that are added to my videos. Until next time, this is John from Wire, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.